A woman calls her best friend to pretend to be her in order to go on a date without her boyfriend finding out. However, her boyfriend, Mark, made her best friend lose her mind with a single habitual action. Luckily, Mark didn't notice anything unusual. Julie couldn't wait to show off the red dress she had prepared for the date. Her best friend was on the edge of her seat every night trying to make Julie's plans come true. Julie, however, is like a wildebeest on the streets at midnight when she meets Jack. When Jack complains about the wait, Julie lies and says she just wants to look her best. Unbeknownst to her, Julie and Jack will soon pay a terrible price for their behavior. It wasn't until the next morning that Julie returned home, not yet satisfied, but her best friend stayed up all night with her heart pounding with fear. In order to comfort her broken heart, Julie gave her a few $1,000s as her compensation. But just as they were about to switch places, something unexpected happened. Mark's alarm went off right on time. In the nick of time, the best friend can only continue to take Julie's place. But the half-asleep Mark apparently took his girlfriend's best friend as his lover. In order to cooperate with Mark, they played a double act. They thought they could get away with it. But Mark asked Julie to give him a good morning kiss. But Julie's quick-wittedness and cleverness in talking her way out of the kiss. But it's imperative that she and her best friend complete the handover before Mark wakes up. But in the heat of the moment, Julie had no choice but to take the risk. She used her best friend's cell phone to call her boyfriend. While Mark was answering the phone, her best friend took Julie out of the bedroom with her bedding. They got to the bathroom as fast as they could, but as soon as Julie unlocked the bathroom door, Mark followed them. To cover up her scandal, she wraps herself in the bedding and opens the door as if she's asleep. Faced with her boyfriend's request to join her in the shower, Julie used the excuse that she was on her period to get rid of him. It's a tried and true story that never fails to work. In return, Julie and her best friend were given a moment of respite. But just as Julie was getting burnt out, her best friend threw cold water on her because she'd had enough of being scared. Julie thought it was because the money wasn't there. Unbeknownst to her, it's all because she's come to her senses and doesn't want to be an enabler, a tool for Julie to cheat on Mark. But when she tries to leave, Julie stops her. She knows that her best friend is a man of her word. In order to prevent the scandal from being exposed, Julie could only ask her girlfriend to help her one last time. In an almost pleading tone, she is a soft-hearted woman who can't stand being coerced by others. Unbeknownst to her, this is just a ploy for Julie to continue to pin her down. However, there is no such thing as an impermeable wall in this world. That day, Ruth was too sleepy and fell asleep. Mark was awakened by her distinctive scent. Mark looked at the blonde hair in his hand for a long time, and suddenly sat up as if waking up from a dream.